Hello, how are you all doing? This is Dr. Nalini Taneja, and I'm a mentor, I'm a coach, and I'm a trained counselor. Today, I thought I would talk about something which we all experience at some given point in time. I have been personally very overwhelmed. So, what are the three things we can do when we feel overwhelmed with life? One of the things is when I felt overwhelmed, I realized, oh my God, I have so many things to do and I have such less time. I have to take care of New Year celebrations, I was moving homes, I have to take care of multiple things, I had guests over, and then I was still spending a lot of time on my devices, whether it was making my videos or whether it was just scrolling through my Instagram. So I think one of the best things that we can do when we feel overwhelmed with life is to have a perspective on where our time is going. If we focus on the fact that time is going to pass on, but if we organize our day, if we organize our routine, if we organize our to-do list or not to-do list, which I think is as important as a to-do list, then I think we can control not where our hours go, but also where our moments go, where our seconds go, where our minutes go. When we organize our schedules and we manage our time better, the sense of overwhelm kind of leaves us, or at least puts things in perspective. And most of us, I have realized, do not realize how much time we spend wasting our time. So I think one of the first things you can do when you feel overwhelmed by the amount of work that you do, the amount of things that you need to take care of, especially for working men and women, that is the time when you need to think, I need to get a perspective on where I'm spending my minutes and my seconds. The second thing, which I think is very vital when we talk about not feeling overwhelmed with emotions, is to get a perspective on stress. Now, why does stress happen? I think most of the time stress in our life happens when we do not pay attention to the things that we put on our plate and don't realize how much we can handle on a day-to-day basis. Stress also has to do with when we feel, oh my God, I have to accomplish these many goals. And the minute we set ourselves for unrealistic goals, that's when the stress starts to take over. Stress also happens when we set unrealistic expectations in regards to our work. Oh, by today evening, I'm going to finish this project. It's probably likely not to happen unless you're done with 90% of your project. The question then is, how do we befriend stress by not letting us impact us and overwhelm us? So one of the things, the best things that we can do is change our attitude towards stress. What we can do and what we can think of doing is, I have this much time on my hands and strategically, practically, I can handle these many jobs. I keep my threshold of expectations low. My teacher used to say, you only get disappointed when you make an appointment. Why do you even make an appointment? Do not make an appointment and have a perspective on only these many things I can handle or I can manage. When we keep that as realistic as we can, then the stress doesn't take over our lives. The third and the most important thing, when we feel overwhelmed, I think the third way that we can really take care of not getting overwhelmed with life or with our emotions is when we schedule me time or self-care time into our day-to-day routine. I think unconsciously or subconsciously, most of us are so hard on ourselves. We do not take the time to really relax and take a deep breath. I have been in this process of moving houses. I'm moving not just my houses, I'm moving interstate. And in doing so, I have so much on my plate. My friend was visiting me and she said something very interesting. She said, Nalini, why you have so many things to take care of? Your move is not going to happen in a day. Your wardrobe is not going to get set up in a day. Your kitchen utensils are not going to set up in a day. All the things that you know you cannot shop in a day. So why don't you break that into small items with little self-care rituals that can help you not get overwhelmed? And when I get overwhelmed, I just sit and take a deep breath and oh my God, ये तो मेरे से होगा ही नहीं. I cannot manage all this. And then I get into this space of, oh, I have so much to do. I have not done this. I could have accomplished better. So the question is, when you have so much to do, have you scheduled little pockets of self-care? It could be just doing a little bit of gardening. It could be listening to some music. It could be reading a book. It could be cooking your favorite meal. It could be just sitting silently. Are you, when you feel overwhelmed with your emotions, putting in little pockets of self-care rituals that help us to relax your mind, your body, and your soul? I think so many of us do not realize at any given point of time how much work that we do. The pace of life, unfortunately or fortunately, is going at such a random speed that the things that we did in our childhood or we saw our grandparents do or our mothers do has simply flown out of the window. It's up to us to make the conscious choice and a conscious effort and tell ourselves, yes, I have a lot to accomplish, but all those accomplishments have a certain time span. They will take a certain amount of time. Those things, if I do not manage properly with my time management, with my stress management, and with my self-care rituals, is going to take the guts out of me. It's going to overwhelm me. We all owe to ourselves to live a beautiful, powerful, healthy, blissful, and joyful life. And in doing that, we need to make certain conscious choices. I hope you like the content of today's video. I really do hope that we as individuals can give ourselves the breathing space to live our life in the best manner possible. That's all from my end today. Take care till we meet next time. Bye for now.